Good evening once again. Welcome to today's Reposition, the end of year challenge, the shift to abundance. Those who are joining in, welcome. Can see people I know, people who we have walked this journey together at one point over the years. So we celebrate you for being here. Karibu sana. And because of time, I will not wait any longer. It's already 10 minutes past 6:30. So allow us to start and continue. Others will be joining us as we move on. So feel welcome. I'm so excited that you are here and that we are completing the year once again together. This is a gift from God. So this year, Reposition program shifts towards abundance. This year, 2025, we have been talking about being our year of Jubilee. Jubilee is breaking forth, and this year has been our Jubilee. Many destinies have been birthed this year, and we are so grateful to God. So as we go on to next year, God willing, 2026, we want now to reposition ourselves, to position ourselves that we may receive these blessings that we already have, because we have already broken through in the year of Jubilee, and now we are stepping into the abundance that already is. So take your notebook, your pen, be ready for us to start. Today is day 0. That's why I've done it during the week, so that by Monday we are able now to start the day 1 through to day 10. And I will be putting a poll in the WhatsApp group just for us to know whether we shall be doing the weekends inclusive or the weekends exclusive. We are the ones deciding, so no problem. And the beauty is all the recordings will be there once we start on Monday. So welcome. I think most of you have done Reposition before. You are not new. But those who are new, Reposition is Blue Water's coaching program for the end of year. Every year we hold it for 10 days in the month of December before we start breaking in for the holidays in December. So we factor in 10 days, which may become 15 or 12, depending with whether we have picked the weekends or not. And this time we take this program to align ourselves, to realign ourselves, and that's the word reposition. We've had different themes over the years. We have had reset, where we are resetting everything and putting on the marks that we want. We've had different ones like Igniting Your Pink. I already shared that in the WhatsApp group. So we have had different themes for the different reposition programs we have had. And this here is about the shift to abundance. So welcome, feel at home. I hope by now you are ready to start the program. So day 0 is today. And I am super excited for you to join us. You can tell us where you are joining us from in the chat, so that we are able to know where you are joining us from in the chat. Kindly share in the chat where you are joining us from. Today is day zero. Kindly let's engage. Reposition, the shift to abundance. Where are you joining us from this evening? Let us know where you are joining us from so that we can start these connections. Tabitha is joining us from Thika. Thank you so much. Catherine is joining us from Embu. You are welcome. Wow, that's amazing. Jane is joining us from Nairobi. Great to see you, Jane. Wow, this is so good that we can be in diverse places. Joyce is joining us from Nairobi. Karibu sana, Joyce. Magut is joining us from India. Welcome so much, Eunice. Wow, this is amazing. Susan, you are joining us from Mombasa. I'm also in Mombasa this evening. Joto nalo. joining us from Nairobi. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. It's usually so good just to connect, just to know where we are joining from. And it's amazing that we can be spread out in the world, but yet we have got a common goal, a common connection to grow, because we are women leaders, we are visionaries, we are change makers. And that's where I come in, just to help you to ignite that brilliance and for it to shine, because you are born brilliance. And today is an evening of remembering who we are. Jen Dogu joins us from Juja. Susan, yes, you are in Mombasa. You may not concentrate, but I'm sure you're recording. Yes, I'm recording. Yes, I'm also in Mombasa. Thank you. Beautiful. Aha. Okay. So welcome to the shift to abundance. I've already laid the foundation to that, and today is zero. And I am so excited because day zero puts up the tone for the rest of the days that we are going to be engaging in an intimate community. Whoever will be there, at least now I've seen over 10 people have already paid up, and we have set our intention that we are in the reposition. And remember, the recording will be available even until 31st December. I remember last year we had ladies who were busy in December and they were doing reposition after the 10 days, which is okay, because the idea is we are setting an intention in our minds that we are repositioning, we are aligning ourselves before 2026. And it's a prayer. It's a prayer for us. And that's why this evening I start with the prayer of Jabez. And it's from First Chronicles, chapter 4, verse 10. Those who have done reposition before know that this is not the first time we are doing this prayer, but this, because of my theme, a shift to abundance. That's why we are on the prayer of Jabez. And Jabez prayed to the Lord, "Oh, that you would bless me." Wow, what a powerful prayer for blessings. This is a person who knew it's only God who can bless. And he went ahead and said, "And enlarge my territory." And that's why we are here this evening, because we have said in 2026, we want God's blessings in our lives. In 2026, we want God to enlarge our territories. That's why we are here this evening, because that is our passion, that God may bless us, that God may enlarge our territory. And he further prayed, "Let your hand be with me." Wow, what a prayer. Let your hand be with me. And not only that, but also keep me from harm. What a beautiful prayer, the prayer of Jabez. And as we start, as we allow the quorum to build, I want us to reflect on this prayer, the prayer of Jabez, in connection to 2026. Remember, we have not yet reached 2026. But here we are praying for God to bless us. And I want you now to pray this prayer in your heart silently. I'm going to give you a few minutes. You are the Jabez of today. It doesn't matter how 2025 has turned around. Really, it does not matter. If you read the story of Jabez, and it was a chronology of those people there. Jabez just came out of nowhere. He wasn't in the first space. He wasn't even, his name was not mentioned, and we were just told this is how Jabez prayed. You can imagine how that is. So it doesn't really matter how 2025 has been. I know we have gone through so much as women. We have done so much some things we are not happy about. Thank you, Sarah. You're joining us from Kikuyu. Those joining us, tell us where you're joining us from. And just like Jabez, out of the blues, now you can talk to the God who created you, and pray. So let us pray silently, mean those words. Oh, that you would bless me. And enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm. So pray as you mean it, pray fervently, because 2026 is around the corner and we are praying right away. Kagendo is joining us from Kajiado. Thank you. Julie, you're joining us from Embu. Wow, 2 people from Embu. Thank you so much. Remember to invite your friends. Let's start this together. Even if they are not in the reposition, this one will help them, or you can even share the recording with them. And I want you to pause with those words, so that it's not just scripture written out there, but you can connect with those words. And we are going to go through those words even before we start the subject of today. Because 2026, we have already stepped into the abundance, is the year of expansion. You must expand. You must extend the pegs of your tent. It doesn't matter by how much. To one person, it will be by 0.5, which is okay. To someone else, it will be by 10%, which is okay. Someone else will have what we call a quantum leap. They will go 100%. And that is also scriptural, because we read in the Bible that, I think it's Jacob, if I'm not wrong, that it was a year of drought. And maybe there has been drought in 2025 for you. It was a year of drought. But in that year of drought, that very year, Jacob harvested 100%, 100-fold. So that is the kind of blessings that we are tapping in 2026. That God will bless us, just like he blessed Jacob. In the year where there was drought, there was famine, nothing was growing, but in that year, his territory was enlarged. He was able to harvest 100-fold. That is the kind of blessings we are calling upon in 2025, ready for 2026. So we are not moving in 2026 without a clear vision of what we want. We are moving into 2026 with a clear vision. So right now we are repositioning. Every January, I think starting from February, we usually have the program, another short program like this one, called visionaries. We usually have a program called visionaries. Now that is where we set in the vision. That vision now, we put it in a vision board, and we tell the world that this is what we are growing into. So right now is to reposition yourself, is to realign yourself with these blessings from God, is to ask God to enlarge your territory, because these blessings are too many. A small capacity cannot hold the blessings. You need a bigger capacity. You need to hold these blessings. Otherwise, they will not hold in. And to pray for God to protect you. So between now and January 1st, 2026, we are declaring that we are blessed of the Lord, we are protected of the Lord, he is keeping us, and we are going to see 2026. What a declaration, even before the year ends. Yes, Eunice, I know, while in India, God be with you and keep you from all harm. Yes, amen. Bless me and keep me from harm. Yes, you are blessed, Eunice. Nothing is happening. Nothing is out of keta. You are blessed of the Lord, and now we are declaring those promises. It doesn't matter what is happening to your body, Eunice. God is our healer, and now we are declaring those blessings, that God bless me, that God enlarge my territory, that God let your hand be with me, and not only that, keep me from all harm. Amazing, amazing. I hope we are together. Those who are joining us, we are on day 0 of the Reposition Challenge, which is a 10-day challenge or a 12-day challenge in the month of December, starting from 1st December. Your investment is Kenya shillings 1,000 to join this challenge. And remember, there's nothing new in this world. There's nothing new. I'm not going to give you something that you already don't know. No. But when we come in as a community, it's like what the Bible says, where 2 or 3 are gathered. That's the power of community. That's the power of reading in the book club together. That is the power of doing reposition together. That's the power of doing visioneering together. Something just simply unlocks when you are in a community. So I thank you for coming in, and we are doing this together. Yes, Jenga is already declaring, God bless me and enlarge my territory and protect me and my family. What a declaration. I wish all of us in our notebooks have written that in the chat. Write it down, because that's what you are declaring already, even as we begin. So this is day 0 of the Reposition Challenge, and the Reposition this year is about the shift to abundance. That's why we have started with the prayer of Jabez, because the prayer of Jabez brings us to that abundance. And why are we talking about this? Because day 0 is about remembering who we are. Today is about remembering who we are. Who are you? Who are you? Yes, Tabitha says this is my year of abundance. Yes, 2026 is your year of abundance. And we are saying we want you to remember that you are queen. You know, when you talk about a territory, it's your space. It's where you are sovereign in that space. And a queen cannot expand her territory when she is misaligned with her purpose. So I bring in a new subject here called purpose. Because it is purpose that positions you to receive these blessings we've talked about, these blessings that we have prayed in 2026. So it is time then to recognize that I am queen. I have a territory and I cannot expand. Remember, it was about enlarging the territory. Already there was a territory in place. I wonder what is your territory this evening? And that is what we are going to be talking about. Because you can only expand it once you know what the territory is. But if you are not aware of your territory, then you are not positioned to receive those blessings that we have prayed about. So as we have this discussion, I want you, and even throughout the 10-day challenge, will bring this subject on purpose. Because if you are misaligned with your purpose, then you will not be positioned to receive your blessings. So what are we saying? Remember, you are a queen. Because many times we forget we are queens. We forget that. We forget we are queens. And we don't wear our crowns with the glory that requires, because your crown is your identification. Any woman, when you just go somewhere and you just have so many women there, then you notice one with a crown. That's a distinction. That brings in the queen energy. I mean, everybody can just be dressed this way, but there's one who is dressed with a crown. Then all attention is there. So we can all be women out here in this world. But if your crown it is not positioned well on your head, when it is misaligned, when it's not even there in the first place, then my friend, we are not talking about the same thing. So that's why this evening, we need now to start reclaiming our crown. And Isabel says, God bless my plans and give me a breakthrough. Thank you so much, Isabel, and I'm so happy to see you. Jen Jogu says, oh, God bless me and enlarge my cost. Yes, keep me from harm. Keep farming it. It is a truth. It's just today, today I was talking to someone and he was telling me how a particular person kept on saying how they are going to die. That me, I'll just die, you know, I will not be sick, I'll not go through an accident. And that person was telling me, do you know what? That person died the same way, the way he had described. Why? Because words have got power. Words create. So when you are reaffirming in your notebook, you are reaffirming in the chat here. We are not joking here, my friends. We said where 2 or 3 are gathered, there is power. So this becomes your reality. So I'm encouraging you to speak it out, say it out, and this will actually become your reality. And it is what we are learning, that for us to declare 2026, we start early and we enter into it. Blessed women, women who are already expanding their territories, women who have remembered who they are, that they are queens, and now they adjust their crown to take their place as queen, because they realized when their crown is not on the head, nobody even notices that they are queens. They are misaligned. They are not repositioned for abundance. So I think this foundation is already laid and we are moving. And Millicent prays, Lord, align me with my crown. Receive it, Millicent. That is your portion this evening. So let's continue. Yes, so day 0 is about reclaiming your crown and aligning yourself for purpose. I hope now we are very clear. I've laid the foundation very well for day 0, reclaiming your crown. Why is it a reclaim? Because you already born queen, you already have a crown. But sometimes we forget, we dress up so well. Where we dress up, put up that dress, that skirt, but we forget the crown. We forget the crown. And we move out there without a crown. So that's why we are reclaiming. It is ours. We are recognizing. It's like a new awareness. Oh my goodness. You mean I've been walking out there without a crown? God positioned me back to reclaim my crown. And I want you to look at this picture. Breaking news here. You have prayed. The abundance is plenty. It's a lot. Because God's word is true. God's word is true. It says he'll bless you, because at the end of that scripture, the prayer of Jabez, it actually says, and God blessed him. You know, God answered his prayer. So God answers prayer. But could you be out of alignment that prayer that you've just prayed about the blessings, about enlargement, about expansion, about protection, and yet all those blessings are falling down to that kind of a ground instead of pouring into that basin there, that bowl there, where you can collect it and use it wherever you want? Could you be out of alignment? And that is the question we are asking ourselves, because we have prayed for the blessings. Yes, we have prayed, and God is ready to help us. God is actually helping us. But could we be out of alignment? That tap of blessings is falling down is pouring because the universe is abundant, but miss the blessings because of misalignment. Millicent says, Lord, align me with my crown. Exactly. That's the prayer. Sarah says, I reclaim my crown in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, we join you in saying amen. Let's find out. And I think I've put up something here for us to reflect on the prayer of Jabez. I think I've already talked about this. So allow me to continue now on the reflections, because already we've talked about that. Let's start with the first one. The first one is, oh, that you would bless me. That is now you reclaiming your worth. We have said, remembering you are queen. You are not to be born queen. Already, as you exist right now, you are queen. And you are born with potential. Not potential that will come when you go to school and complete your master's, or when you get that certification, or when you get your business and it gives you income. No, you're already born with it. That's the powerful part of it. It's reclaiming your worth. It's about you knowing and accepting that you are of value. And that value is from within. You are already blessed because you have got intrinsic value. You are a queen. You're born with potential. You're already born with that territory. So reclaiming that worth, reclaiming that blessing of the crown is moving from a mindset of scarcity. One. Number two, or unworthiness, to one of abundance. And this is so powerful. Let's reflect on that. Mindset of scarcity. And let me ask you, and I'm not saying if you are one of us here, maybe in that profession, but let me just ask, have you ever seen people in our minds, we think they are supposed to be abundant in our own thinking, yet those people, when you interact with them, you realize, oh my God, I have never seen this kind of scarcity. Because scarcity is a mindset. I don't know whether you, in our bringing up and growing up, you are conditioned to believe that certain professions, engineers, doctors, professors, are, they're the people, de la creme. Yet you interact with those people, you realize, oh my God, ile koti ya 1920s ndio hiyo hata haezi nunua ingine. Because scarcity is a mindset. You've seen a woman who is earning lots of money. So I want you to get a good distinction about this abundance you're talking about. We've seen a woman just like you in a very good profession, maybe a very good business, with earning lots and lots of money. Yeah? But they are always broke. They even don't believe they are worthy. You tell them, there's one person, I didn't even imagine she had not enjoyed these delicacies of life, and say, let's go for a massage. A very prominent person in this country. And she was like, Coach Loice, I've never even done that. I mean, so I don't know whether it was unworthiness or it was lack of exposure. Those things happen. So what are we saying, reclaiming our crown? Moving from a mindset of scarcity or unworthiness, where you believe it's not meant for me, it is meant for others. It's so, sometimes it's funny when I'm calling in for programs and you see a woman thinking, mimi ni wa book club peke yake, those other ones I cannot afford. Already they have separated themselves. They are not part of this conversation. That is unworthiness, where it is deep-seated within you, that you believe it is only others who can do it, and yourself, you cannot do it. I don't know in which areas of your life you've positioned yourself with a mindset of scarcity, that it is not enough. Whatever I have is not enough. Or unworthiness, where you believe you don't deserve, other people deserve. Now we are repositioning ourselves to abundance, moving away from scarcity, because that mindset of scarcity, the tap will pour with all the blessings that we have prayed about this evening, and yet you will not be able to enjoy them. Not because God has not provided, but because your mindset is rooted in scarcity. And that is one of the areas we do in the Unleash the Leader program. It's the basic foundational program I offer. In Unleash the She Leader, Module 1 is about demystifying leadership, because many people believe they are not leaders. They point fingers to other people and thinking those people are leaders and not themselves. Module 2 is about breaking the barriers, and these barriers is because of our conditioning, how we have been brought up, what we have had, what we have seen, what we have experienced in life. That determines the capacity of your vessel to receive God's blessing. So that is module 2 of Unleash. We actually go to those levels to get in touch with that vulnerable part of you and recognize that that's not you. You are born a leader. You are born queen. You are born with potential. In this space, it's a space where we are acknowledging that we are valuable. Not because of our circumstances, not because of our achievements or other people's opinions, but because we are wonderfully, fearfully, and wonderfully made. And this acceptance then makes you already start with the foundation that you are blessed. But now you can see, if you don't believe you are queen, that belief system already you are already misaligned, because you're not positioned to receive those blessings that come up with that. So this evening, we are repositioning ourselves back to this, and I hope you observe this well, so that blessings don't fall on the empty ground, on the dry ground, so that the blessings pour in our lives. Sorry, hapa kuna AC. So that these blessings fall in our lives. So number 1, I hope you have seen that, reclaiming your worth. Good. Number 2 of your prayer is, Lord, enlarge my territory. Your territory means your influence and impact. John Maxwell, my mentor, says, leadership is about influence, nothing less, nothing more. What is influence? Influence is about having followers, people who believe in you. You cannot be a leader and no one is following you. So you must have followers. So your influence, whether it's in business, whether it's in your career, whether it's you as a wife, whether it is you as a mother, that when you speak, you have got influence. Whether you are at home with your children, whether it is in your business, whether it is in your family, that's what we are talking about, expanding that influence. It's about expanding your opportunities, because when you become a woman of influence, then you start noticing opportunities. Remember, we said you are born with potential. You start now realizing, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I'm already built for that. Then now you start receiving those blessings, because already the blessings are there. The blessings are not coming because now you have seen the opportunity. It's because you have been blind to the blessings that God already has. But as you open up, as you enlarge your territory, then your influence increases. Then the opportunities you are able to tap, suddenly you become aware that, oh, I've been on this one path all the years. Now I'm 40 years, I'm 50 years, I'm 60 years, I'm 70 years. Ah, you mean I'm still a useful vessel? That's the kind of conversation now you start having. And then now you also expand your capacity to serve. That capacity to serve. Remember we said, let's have a bigger capacity, a bigger vessel to receive these blessings. Enlarging your territory from the prayer of Jabez means taking up your space, using your voice. Your voice is your conviction about what should be on this world. There are people with different voices. My voice here is to ignite that purpose you've talked about. What is your voice? Because when you use your voice, it means you are taking up space. And because it is your voice, not somebody else's voice, now you can show up with confidence because you have recognized you are queen and this is your domain. This is your territory. Remember we said you cannot be queen if you don't have a territory. What is God going to expand for you? You must know your territory. That's when you can lead with confidence in whatever domain God has called you. Fixing your crown, that's what we have said. Reclaiming that crown means you are stepping into your authority. Now you recognize you are queen. You're not there to be commanded by small people in that kingdom. No. You are the woman rising in power and authority. You stop playing small. And as we talk about this, I want you to start thinking, where have I not taken up my space? Where have I not used my voice? Where is it I don't have followers? Where is it that I'm not stepping in my authority? Remember the policeman, they are stopping the vehicles on the road. You don't stop because this man is big and is wearing like a commander. No, just that small young boy there. Man, could even be an old man. He will stop you by the road and you will stop. Why? Because of the authority he has been given by the government. So you as a woman, queen, are you stepping out in your authority? Do you know who you are? That's when you stop playing small and you start expanding your territory. Whether that territory means whatever it means in your life. And you start now embracing opportunities to share your gifts. And I want you to start asking yourself, where have I shared my gifts? Have I even shared at all? Or those gifts are stored within you and they have not been unleashed? Where am I sharing my knowledge? Because at this age, you have gone through so much in life, so much learning. Where? Who are you mentoring? Who are you working with? Where are you sharing that knowledge? Do you want just to die with it? Where is your leadership? Where are you leading? And at the book club, we say leadership starts with me. And that's why when we join the I'm Leading book club, we talk about self-leadership because you cannot lead others effectively. Kama wewe mwenyewe, you are not able to lead yourself. And we're talking about small things like creating time for you because a queen knows that she requires time to be with herself. That's time to connect with her maker. Very intentional, not just something that appears from the blues and, oh, I must pray. No, it is a way of life. It's a way of life to move your body. You don't have to wait to move your body. You know it. And because you know you are worthy, you know you deserve better health, you take care of the temple of the living God. It comes from a place of conviction because you know that is your truth. You know, self-leadership begins with self-healing because we are bombarded by so many things during the day. And just to create that space where you anchor yourself, where you recollect all the power and recognize that you are queen, that I am stepping in my authority, that I am able to self-heal by affirmation, by visualization, by prayer, by quiet time. This is fixing your crown, ladies. This is how to fix your crown. Step into your authority. Don't let the weather, many times you feel, oh, the weather, or the job, or my boss, or the child, or my husband. You see, we are not stepping into authority. We are letting other things rule over us. But when you recognize you are queen, your word is final. You become the CEO of your life. Then you stop playing small. You start embracing opportunities. Now, it's no longer about you now in that space. You share it with others because it is, somebody says eternal life is sharing. I mean, it's living for others. When you share your gifts, when you share your knowledge, when you share your leadership. This is expansion. And it can be in every area of your life, your career, your family, your community, anywhere where God has positioned you. So this prayer, enlarge my territory, is prayer for the resources and the opportunities necessary to make that greater impact. How? By using that sovereignty to lift others up and build the kingdom around her. A queen is concerned about the welfare of others, not just herself. Leadership starts with herself, but it goes on to the others. So enlarge my territory. Those who have joined us, we are talking about the prayer of Jabez, that Jabez prayed, oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. That's where we have arrived. So we are reclaiming our crown. Let's go to the next end of the prayer. Let your hand be with me. You see, that is a woman who is surrendering to God and embracing divine guidance and power. She realizes that I can't reign effectively. I need a power and wisdom greater than my own. And she knows it and acknowledges God's presence and guidance, just like we have done in the chat this evening. A queen does not rule in our own limited strength, because our own strength, what can we do on ourselves? Nothing much. But we rely on the wisdom and authority granted by that higher power. So when we reclaim our crown, we stop relying on self-effort. And this is so important. I think one of the days, in the 10 days, we'll talk about that surrender. And instead links arms with God. She recognizes that the hand of God is the hand that will bring her protection, will give her strength, will give her discernment, because it is not an easy road, so that she can navigate the challenges with grace. So that now she's guided by purpose and grace and not fear and self-doubt. And the last of her prayer is, keep me from harm so that I will not experience pain. And this is so, so deep, because it's about protecting her reign and her peace. So you have to create that time to pray over your kingdom, this territory, because God is going to enlarge your territory. But at the same time as your territory is being enlarged, so many things will happen in your life. There'll be those attacks, there'll be toxic influences, there'll be self-sabotage, there'll be all the negative narratives that seek to dethrone you. So as you pray for blessings, remember that an equal measure of the negatives is looking at you and wants to dethrone you. So to reclaim your crown in this sense means that you're going to make prayer as part and parcel of your life. As you expand, you cannot do without it, because you needed to be guarded in your heart, in your mind, your peace, because you realize these are the things that matter. You will not be able to rule effectively, to reign effectively, if your mind is not safeguarded, if your heart is not safeguarded, if your peace is not safeguarded. So you learn now to start setting healthy boundaries, relying on God's protection, ensuring that all the pains, like Jabez had a lot of pain, she was even born in pain, they do not dictate your future reign. You have got the secret weapon, and you know that is how to reign. Now, this is so good. And the question is then, we've talked about purpose, and we have said that you cannot be aligned to receive if you are misaligned. And we talked about purpose. And now we are very intentional. We have seen that being in the place where we are meant to be, where God meant us to be, purposeful, as a queen, we are there for a reason. But I want us also, as we start this conversation, to distinguish two things. And the first one is living purposefully, and another one, living with purpose. Maybe you can share in the chat what you get from those two distinctions. What do you get? I'm opening the chat now to see. Yes. Living purposefully, living with purpose. Are they the same? Linguistic teachers here? What do you get? Let's have a conversation in the chat. Or if you want to speak, you can speak. What's the difference? Living purposefully and living with purpose. I hope you are there. Say something.
Maybe I could try.
Yes.
So living purposefully, it sounds more of being intentional in terms of having an intention to achieve something.
Yes.
Living with purpose. That one is a bit evasive in my mind right now. But the first one feels more intentional. So you know what you want to achieve, and so you work towards it. But then the other one, I think you already know, and so you're living it.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you so much. And Jen says living purposefully is doing what you're expected to do. Living with purpose is aware of it and can't read clearly here. Let me expand. Living with purpose is aware of it and doing nothing. Nothing about it. Wow, thank you so much, Jen. Very good. I think your attempts are very, very nice. So allow me to share this. Just like Catherine has said, to live purposefully is to live with intention. And that's why we talk about intentional living, because you are living purposefully. It's about the daily choices that we take every day. For example, today, you had an intention to join this class. You are very purposeful. You even maybe set an alarm for you to wake up, for you to be alert, for you to be in this class this evening. So that is about living with intention. And you realize that this one we do every day, because every day we are making choices about our daily living. So to live purposefully is to live with intention. It's about your daily choices. So this woman here wakes up every day and has intentions for the day. Today I'm having a family dinner. Today I'm cooking chapati and chicken for my children. Very purposeful. It's a choice that you take. And this is a good way also of living life. Because if you don't live with purpose, then you will not, if you don't live purposefully, you will not be able to live with intention. So my question to you is, are there times that you could be actually living purposefully and still be out of purpose? There's somebody else. This is Jen. Living with purpose means you have a sense of why you are here, your values, your long-term mission, what matters to you. Living purposefully is living intentionally. Wow, you act with awareness and not on autopilot. Amazing, Jen. That's great. So, can you be living purposefully, the way we have said, with intention? And it is the way we usually live, most of us. Of course, there are women who don't live purposefully. There are women who just, anything just comes around their way. But I'm sure the ones who are in this group, most of you live purposefully with intention every day. Life does not just happen to you. There's a way that you do life. So that's amazing. So could you be living purposefully every day and still not live with purpose? That's a powerful question, because what I want to bring to us this evening is that we could be living purposefully, and most of the ladies are, but still miss the blessings because we are not positioned to live with purpose. I hope this will come out clear as I continue. So your purposeful living is just what we've talked about it. It's about how you are living right now. Your alignment, your energy. You can see that room is very bright. Somebody living there really lives a very purposeful life. You can see very, very keen on where the candlesticks are. She has some beautiful flowers, a beautiful chandelier, beautiful living room. It definitely reflects the energy behind this lady. So we are saying it's about the daily choices, how we choose our relationships. And most of us, by the time we are here, we already know there are people we need to avoid, not to have them around us. That is purposeful living, because we are choosing relationships that nourish us, not the ones which destroy us. It's about creating boundaries that honor our peace. And by the time you are here, you already know that these are my boundaries. You are actually living a purposeful life, because every day you have an intention and you know where to invest your time in what matters. Purposeful living is about having the courage to say, yes, my life deserves direction. So this woman, you can see how she has made the direction in her home, for example. Purposeful living. But living a life of purpose, and that's what my subject is this evening. It's about your assignment. It is bigger, it is deeper, it is more spiritual. It is actually what you are born to fulfill. It's about the woman you are becoming. It's about your contribution and your impact on this earth. So by now already you can see there's a difference about making daily choices that are very intentional and very good, nothing wrong with that, and living a life of purpose. Being what you are born to fulfill. There are so many women who have not embodied queen in them, but they will have such a beautiful space. They will have beautiful careers, will have beautiful relationships, very nice health, because they lived with intention. They made the right choices. But could it also be that you are making these choices, you are not aligned? Remember, we talked about God now. What God, when he had his thoughts about you, when you were born, the very reason he wanted you on this earth. What were you born to fulfill? What is your contribution to this world? What is your impact? If you got the difference, give me a yes in the chat. Let's go. Because we are repositioning, talking about your assignment, not your intentional living now. We are getting deeper. Yes, Joyce. Yes, Jen. Yes, Catherine. Yes. We are getting the difference because you can be living so intentionally. And no problem with that. It's actually what I teach. I teach you to be intentional. It's what I believe in. But could you be living intentionally, but not in your assignment? It's in your territory, your assignment, blessings will flow to you. In your territory, where God planted you to be in. But maybe you've walked away. It is about your contribution and about your impact. Thank you so much for sharing those. We are together. So what am I here to tell you? I'm here to tell us that our lives carry a mission. We did not just appear. Ati tu Mungu tu alifikiria tu Loice, Joyce, Catherine akue. No. He had in his mind a mission for us. And that's why a life of purpose is not about your schedules. It's not about your intentions. It's about your significance. Remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are very unique in every way. Very, very unique in every way. So the work, your assignment is the work only you can do, not someone else.
Bye, Belinda. Oh, what a wonderful treasure.
Yes. Amazing. Yes. So it's a work only you can do. You alone. You're so unique. What even your life path, what you've passed through in your life, it's not the same as anyone else. The stories you carry, the stories you carry are so different. So different for everyone. Cannot be the same. The gifts that you hold, they're not the same. We may sing, but we sing differently. You've listened to people, singers who are gifted in singing, but they do it different. You've gone to coaches, just like me, but we're not the same. We may have the same title, but we do it differently. And even the people you are called to impact will not be the same. You could be a teacher. I've seen Teacher Karigu here. You could be a teacher, but the way you are impacting is so different, and people will respond very differently to you. So that is the call to recognize that you are queen with all your sovereignty. And no two queens are the same. You are here for an assignment. And I bring to you that your career may not necessarily be your assignment. And most of the time we bury ourselves in our careers. Could it be that your career that you have built over the years has just been living purposefully? Just an intention. I went to school. I studied this. Very intentional. Then you're back to that. Could it be? I don't know. It's only you who can answer that. So the dilemma, just like I had placed earlier, is that imagine we can live a very purposeful life with so many intentions in our lives, and on the outside look as if we are succeeding, that we are blessed, and yet miss where the real blessing is, and that is our purpose. What you are born to do. Remember, this is about repositioning. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. You can reposition and bring your life to purpose. So I'll take us very fast. I can see it's already 7:30. I'll take us very fast through Mara, just to absorb what we've talked about this evening. So just flow with me. So Mara is that high achiever woman. Maybe most of the times we dream to be like her. You can see she's dressed very well. She's beautiful. She seems to have all the embodiment of a woman who is successful. She has a job, she has a career or a business. I don't know where she's seated. She seems to be in touch with every part of her life. Mara, the high achiever. Yes, she has lived a purposeful life. Organized, as you have seen, disciplined, intentional, steady. And this woman could even be in the book club where she journals every day, reads the book every day, eating good food, superfoods and whole meals. She's in church, she's there in seminars, she's personal development, she has done it. She has a neat home, a neat office. If it's about parenting, she's also a great parent. She has, is somebody speaking or something? Magut, Eunice, you're saying something?
Sorry, no.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Yes. Maybe she has very inspiring goals, and every time you meet her, you are just inspired. Amazing skills, serving with kindness, showing up with her. And that's why we say, just like Diana Rose said there, you can't just sit there in life and wait for people to give you the golden dream. You've got to get out there and make it happen for yourself. Exactly. She has done that. She has done that, lived a very purposeful life. And I want you to see yourself in that. But the more she succeeded in what we could call successful, the more the heck in her heart. It was painful. She had a whisper that kept on coming up, and she would silence it. Oh, I've got a board meeting tomorrow. Oh, I have got to go and harvest my maize, And yeah, she knew she was meant for more. Not more activities, but she knew she was born for more impact. But we just kept on silencing this whisper. What is my life purpose? Looks like I've been living purposefully. Yes. And everybody believes I'm actually succeeding. I'm an achiever. I've got the car, the house, the home, the children. What is my life purpose? She knew she was meant for more. Not more activities, but more impact. But the more this voice came in, the more she pushed it away. It was buried because of parenting. She had to take her children to the right schools, pay fees, hustle, pay fees, do all that. She had to climb. Now she's the CEO, whether it's in her business or she's employed. She just continues climbing higher and higher, more promotions, more awards, more responsibilities, more certifications, more degrees, more earthly possessions. And in fact, so many ladies, just like me, would just go, oh my goodness, wow. Inspired many. But deep within her was that whisper that never disappeared. What did God have in mind when He placed me on this earth? And that is the point where she actually felt connected. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So she inspired many, yet she felt disconnected. And I want you to think about Mara and put yourself there. We are repositioning. Could we be like Mara? That we have climbed to the top of the mountain only to realize that, oh my goodness, after 40 years, after 50 years, after 60 years, after 70 years, oh my goodness, it was the wrong mountain. Was it a mountain? Yes, it was a mountain. And that's why I was climbing. It was a mountain. But now you've reached the top. And instead of rejoicing, you have come to the end of it all. You have done it. You realize, all these years, God had given me breath. I was climbing the wrong one. And I know there are ladies, there are men you have seen in your life who climbed the wrong mountains. Their territories were not meant for them. Those crowns were not meant for them. And that's why they were not even fitting well. Could it be that we are climbing the wrong mountain? Can we reposition? Can we come back and recognize we are queens and are queen as a territory? So let's reflect. And I want you to share in the chat what's coming up for you. Okay, guys, I think the problem I've confirmed from the members that they can see the screen, but let me stop sharing and I share again in case it will help us. But meanwhile, please share in the chat as we are quickly coming to the end of day 0. What's coming up for you so far? What's your new commitment? I'm waiting for the chat. Waiting for the chat. What's coming up for you? Mm-hmm. Oh, this says now it's visible. Amazing. Thank you. Okay, ladies, what's your reflections? What's coming up for you? You can speak, you can write. Let's engage before we come to the reflections of Mara. Anyone? Just what's coming up for you? What's the light bulb? What's your aha? Wow, Catherine has this new reflection that I may not be able to influence others as a leader if I am on the wrong mountain. Wow, that's so powerful. Thank you so much, Catherine. Wow. Someone else? This one more. Can see we are together. I don't want to finish the presentation and I'm speaking to myself. Someone else? Yes. You can also speak if writing is a challenge. At least we have something. Jens Njogu says, no, Jen Jenga says, I want to live a purposeful life and still live on purpose. Wow, amazing. Jen Njogu says, thank you, coach. I'm redefining myself starting now. Thank you, Jen. Jen is from the Ignited Diamonds. These are the single ladies. So if you're a single lady, you can join us in Ignited Diamonds. That's where Jen Njogu joined us from. So thank you, Jen. You are indeed an Ignited Diamond for you to be here, and you are redefining yourself starting now. Amazing. Joyce says, clarity on the direction for my purpose, not to end up in the wrong mountain. That's super, super, super good. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let me continue. I can see at least I have one or two following me. Good. So Maya also had a moment of reflection. After having such a successful life, everything seemed just to be so good. Everything just seemed to be moving very well. But she had this moment of reflection because this silent voice asking her every day, what is your purpose? Why are you on this earth? And despite the success, there was she was disconnected somewhere. So she went out to seek, and she knows the power of journaling. She actually took up a book and a pen and sat down all by herself in the quietness of her evening and started journaling, started reconnecting with herself. And as she did this, she realized all her achievements were great. Nobody can complain about that, but they were not fulfilling. She realized that she had been busy, but not anchored. That, people were admiring her, but deep within, she was not feeling alive. Yes, just like Jenna said, purposeful. Yes, correct. But she was not purposed. So she had been climbing diligently this mountain. But that mountain was not the mountain of her destiny. It came to our awareness that, yes, she had mastered the art of being effective. Very effective, but avoided the call to be impactful. Remember, we said about that territory having legacy and contribution. You mean you can succeed at the wrong thing? Yeah, that's what she did. It was a mountaintop, yes, but it was not the right mountain. It is at this moment, and I want us to join her in that reflection. Remember, we talked about opportunities as part of the blessings. It is at that moment when she realized about the book she felt called to write. But in her self-doubt, actually feared anyone would read it. She thought about, oh, there are so many women that I'm called to mentor, but I'm so busy climbing this mountain. I have no time to mentor these women. I'm not ready. And she kept on pushing it. She was so busy in the boardrooms that non-profit idea she sketched. She never pursued it. There was always something within her. She remembered the dreams that she wanted as a young girl. But now at 50 years, it was only but a memory. And every time God would talk to her, she simply dismissed them. I'll do next year. This year, the economy. This year, COVID. This year, the business. This year, the politics. This year, this year, this year. Maybe next year. The God nudges, she just labeled them next year. She had this business idea, but she never backed it. She just kept on refining, but never released it and unleashed it to the world. The friendships and the collaborations she avoided out of fear of being seen too closely. The dream she prayed about for years, but never took the first courageous step towards. The speaking opportunities she declined because she doubted her voice. The creative gift she buried, writing, singing, painting, all because living purposefully felt too busy. And no time. I'm a 5 a.m. club member. I have to pray, I have to journal, I have to turn, I have to return. So busy, very busy. I wonder what your missed opportunities have been. Anybody vulnerable to share on the chat? That would be great. What opportunities have we missed because we have been living purposefully? What are the nudges that God has been speaking to us, but we have just postponed them? Remember, we said these opportunities are unique. To someone else, it is being that CEO, yes. But don't climb that mountain if it is not yours. To someone else is to have a farm, but don't climb that mountain if it is not yours. What is your mountain? So what opportunities may you have missed because of living purposefully? Mara realized that the graveyard is a place of abundance, because all these writings, all these books, all these songs, all these paintworks, all these business ideas, all the bold dreams that we women have, we die with them, not unleashed to the world. Are you ready? Are you ready to be queen? To reclaim your crown? As we prayed, as we started this conversation, for God to expand your territory. What are the missed opportunities? Those joining us, I think you will listen to the recording. And as she reflected there, she realized that she had unopened gifts, that God had gifted her, and she had gone through life 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years without opening that gift. Imagine it was still wrapped. And as she thought about this memories stung her. And her greatest regret wasn't what she did. That was not her regret. She has done a lot. We have seen what she had done, so much. Very living purposefully. She had achieved so much in her life. But it was what she never dared to do. What is this thing that God has been nudging you? You know you are meant for it, but you have never dared to do it. That is the question this evening. As Maya sat there in that moment of reflection, as she asked herself those questions, deep questions, that's when the ignition moment came. Remember, is an ignition moment, a moment to ignite. Not something new, something that has already been there. The potential is already there. Just like that matchstick, the potential is there already. It's just igniting. That is the moment she repositioned. Then she understood what we have been talking about this evening as we come to the end. That purpose isn't found on the mountain of achievement. No, mountain is the mountain of assignment. So this evening, what is your assignment? What is your assignment? And there came the shift. And she repositioned. Her life didn't need a makeover. No, it just needed a redirection. You can see in the previous part, the abundance was there, already there, but it was falling on that kind of a ground. But when she realized who she was, queen, and wore a crown, then all she realized is that it was all a redirection. Come back this way, put the ball here. It was a realignment, a reawakening of who she really was. And that was the repositioning. And she remembered, I don't know whether you know the story in the Bible about Caleb when he entered the Canaan's land, the promised land. He said, give me my mountain. It is time to say, give me my mountain. And I want you to put that in the chat. It is time to claim your mountain, to claim your crown. Give me my mountain. And that's what he did with courage. And Mara also wiped her tears, picked up her journal and wrote, I will climb the mountain that belongs to me. Is that your conviction this evening? And that was the day she stopped merely living purposefully and started living with purpose. Is there someone today who wants to say like Mara, who wants to declare like Mara? That it is my time. Give me my mountain. Give me my mountain. This time it is with clarity because you know what your mountain is. Just like as you said as we began, purpose, you know it. Give me my mountain. Jen Jenka says, I will climb the right mountain. Give me my mountain. Yes. Just picture Caleb there as he walked into this promised land and said, give me my mountain. More than able. It is my time now. I am repositioned. Give me my mountain. Remember, you are already built for purpose. God, as He blessed you on this earth, everything that you needed to thrive in your mountain, in your assignment, is already built. If you are a singer, you don't even need to struggle. It comes on its own. But you have to pursue the opportunities. You have to spend time for mastery. It doesn't just come like that. For you now to profit from passion, you have to reposition, realign. Do what is meant to be done. You are already built for purpose with everything. You don't need anything outside of you. That's the beauty of purpose. It's not anything that is outside of you. So your role is to tap into it. Tap into that awareness. Tap in that gifting within you. The things you love doing. The pains, but what you are very hungry to see in the world happening. What is your conviction this evening? You don't need anything outside of you. Purpose is within you. And that purpose we're talking about is trapped within you. So it's time to unleash it, to ignite it. Miles Monroe once said, the greatest discovery in life is self-discovery. And until you find yourself, until you recognize you are queen, you'll always wear someone else's crown. This is a wake-up call to become ourselves. Reposition. Shift to abundance. Shift to your purpose. And that is when your cup will overflow with the blessings we prayed about as we started this conversation. As we come to the end, day 0 was a remembering. It is your call back. You are called to remember who you are. You are called to rise into divine identity. I am queen, I step in authority. It is your call to reclaim the crown, that misalignment that made you forget that you are queen. Because purpose requires alignment. And this expansion, ladies, we are talking about requires capacity. Are you able now to build your capacity to receive more of abundance, but in your place, in your mountain, on your mountain, in your territory? Let's not go from day 1 to 10 of this challenge of expansion in 2026, and we are misaligned, because we will discover later that we were on the wrong mountain, and maybe that time it could be too late. So that expansion, ladies, starts with your identity. Be queen. Take back your power. Take back your crown. Expand now that territory, not another territory, that one. And remember, expansion is about the bigness of your container. And the larger it is, the more you can hold. We prayed about blessings. The more you can hold them. If your container is small, you're not able to hold it. The more aligned you are, of course, the farther you can expand. Ladies, as we come to the end, I invite you to reposition for 2026, the shift to abundance. We are moving away from scarcity to abundance. When you are aligned in your purpose, then abundance flows to you, through you, for you. 1st December to 10th December, we shall discuss whether to include the weekends or not. But that's what we are going to do. Short videos just to ignite that fire within us, so that as we enter 2026, we are aligned to receive. We are already in the vibration of abundance, but it starts with day 0, a remembering of who you are. Ladies, I hope this has ignited some fire within us. And Sarah says, I take back my crown. Exactly. That is the declaration. We don't want us to live purposefully. We want to be vessels God is using for us to live a life of purpose. So it has been great having you. Those who are joining us, we still have until Sunday night. That's when I'll put off the WhatsApp group and just remain with a few ladies who have paid for it. Ladies like Jen Jog, who are saying, I'm reclaiming my crown and realigning it. Yes, of course, it starts with living purposefully. Thank you so much. Yes, Kagendo, yes, I choose to be the queen God created me to be. And thank you. We shall have a journey together as we do this in the reposition day 1 to day 10. Wow, amazing. I am so grateful that I've been able to do this. Mombasa is so hot that I didn't know I will manage this. Flora says, I reclaim my crown and pray God to expand my territory. Yes, we have already prayed, Flora, and thank you from the Ignited Diamonds. You are here. Thank you so much. Amazing. Yes. So I think we can come to the end. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. At least when you see the comments, we know we are together. It's already 8:10. I think we are good. I will share the recording, so you'll be able to have the recording, those who are not able to join us on time. Thank you, Jen, for the claps. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So have a good evening. Thank you so much, Joyce. Coach Joyce, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jen, that was igniting and blossoming. Thank you, Kagendo, I missed you here in Mombasa. Ile ice cream, ningeikula. Yes, thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Flora. Amazing. Nice connecting and reconnecting with you. I believe I'm in my purpose. God bless you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.